Hi, we're with Ian from Brilliant Living, Ian Shaw. Ian, maybe you could tell us a little bit about some of your recent installs and talk us through this beautiful AMX panel.
Yeah, will do, Mark. Hi. This is actually a live example of an install that we're just in the process of finishing now. We've obviously had to change a few things on the interface just to suit the show, but it's not atypical in the kind of install that we do because it covers audio, video, lighting, heating, security, weather cameras. It's basically the full gamut of home technology.
Okay, and that's what your customers are asking for today. I take it people want integration. Obviously, you're an integrator, and that's what it's all about. People want to bring all these things together and make them easy to use in a simple touch panel like this.
Yeah, I think so. I think probably the big changes that we've noticed over the last 2 years are people are much more conscious of really trying to remove individual islands of technology. So if they can do everything through a single touch panel rather than a touch panel, a security console, an ugly sort of thermistor or temperature sensor, then they'll do so. I think the other thing people are interested in is a greater focus on efficiency, lighting, dimming, building management type systems, and maybe not slightly less emphasis on audio video, but a wider focus than just audio video.
Sure. So green issues are leading customers to look at home automation.
Yeah. I think they are. I mean, certainly things. I mean, one area that we are keen to look at as a business, and to be honest, we haven't really made a great deal of this. Is one thing. Home automation technology does tend to generate heat. Can we, as a business, do more with just heat transfer technology to say, actually, we've got a source of heat here. Also being able to use relays more intelligently to shut down things when they're not in use, effective dimming of lights, effective profiling of heating. Yeah. All these things are becoming as important as, say, here's my great DVD library, here's my great audio library.
Sure, yeah, that's interesting. I think we've found in our own experience that while we've great we're trying to save electricity all the time. Quite often home automation systems do use more electricity, so it is something that we need to look at in the future. Can you talk us through the AMX panel then, a little bit of what sort of features it has?
I mean, this panel was designed for what is a relatively small house. It's a second home, it's on the coast, and the clients live maybe 1 hour, 2 hours away. So what they're looking for is almost split into two things. When they're not at the house, they're looking for remote access, remote management capability. So when they're based at home, they can dial into this panel and actually dial into this interface, which will give them access to core functionality like heating, so the ability to manage individual heating zones and set individual set points, have lighting control, have access to cameras. Now, normally those cameras are actually focused out on the bay, but here we're at the show, so we're just showing the show stand.
Okay.
Even access to a weather management system, so basically a Weatherhawk management system that can give them real weather conditions rather than the weather conditions of a weather station maybe 5 miles away.
So you can see if it's nice enough to go and visit your holiday home.
Well, that's it. It's 2 hours drive. What's it really doing rather than what's the weather station the weather station 10 miles away saying? But when they're there, the focus is probably much more on audio, video, lighting control, and just having a really nice environment to be based in. So if I was to go and select, say, the kitchen or the sitting room as my main media room, I've got access to Sky. We've actually just changed the names here, so these are just the people on the stand. But if I look at Ian's media, I have access to an audio library and a video library. I can browse by tracks, albums, artists, but I mean that's all quite commonplace stuff. People can do that on an iPod now, so it's no great. Video management now I think is much different. So the ability to browse by movies, genres, actors, directors, and be able to manage libraries of 200, 300 DVDs.
As you say, a lot of these features are available, with your iPod or with the Sonos or some smaller things.
Apple TV. I mean, a lot of these technologies are available for really very affordable consumer electronics type pricing.
Sure. But your skill is in integrating that and bringing it together and simplifying it into this sort of a system.
Exactly, interfacing it all into one basic control panel. The complexity of this system is running somewhere else. Really the job of an integrator, I think, is to present a very simplified interface that not only can the geeks in the house use, but when your Auntie Edna comes, you can turn the lights on.
Sure.
And that's
the parent test. Really, good stuff. Exactly. Okay, and where can we find you on the web?
Brilliantliving.co.uk. Okay.
Thanks, Ian.